Welcome to this video, which is going to be mashing up human design, specifically about projectors and also health. So one of the areas that I've focused on for so many years is health. Another one of those areas that I've focused on for so many years is human design. And another one is about the projector essence and the projector nature. So I'm a 3-5 splenic projector. I'm also a certified detoxification specialist. I help people with their health, and I also help projectors realize their truth and success. But in this video, I want to bring both of them together. So if you're a projector and you're struggling with your health, you're not alone. 20% of the population are projectors. Most projectors are struggling with their health in one way or another. I myself struggled with my health for many, many years. I was full of allergies. I was borderline chronic fatigue. I was sleeping 12, 13 hours every night as well as throughout the day. I was always clogged. I remember I'd go away, come back home, and then my parents would be like, well, Charlie's home, because I'd be sneezing, I'd be coughing, I'd be blowing my nose, I'd be going to the doctors, I'd be getting shots of allergy medicine, which was supposed to help, which didn't help. I was just really in it. And I was like, wow, is life really going to be like this? Am I really going to have no energy a lot of the time? Am I going to be sick a lot of the time? And after going to the doctor week after week, week after week, for months and months and months, something shifted, and I was like, I think I got to fix this myself. And this was actually the beginning of my journey. This was the beginning of my journey into my truth, my uniqueness, my vitality, my well-being. And throughout experimentation, if you know about human design, the profile 3-5, I am here to experiment with things, find out what works in this vessel, what works in the mind, what works in my emotional body, my energetic body, going out into the world and setting up businesses. I've set up multiple businesses. Like, it's all about trial and error. It's really about trial and error. And then line 5, well, once I discover what truly works, and also that I'm unique to other people, I know that me as a projector, what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. But I'm able to tap in and find out, well, what themes are playing out? What are general themes of projector health where it really struggles? And then what are some things, some tools, some action, some shifts in the emotional and mental body that can happen, mainly that can up-level one's vitality and well-being? It's like a business coach who's a manifestor teaching a projector about business isn't really going to work. Much like the same, a manifestor or a generator teaching a projector about health probably isn't going to work, because they don't know the essence of what it is to be the projector. They don't know what it is to not have a sacral center, to not have the most powerful energetic center in the body graph, to not have that, to have that open and constantly be absorbing other people's energy and then amplifying it, and then having this conditioned pattern rule our lives. And when we're conditioned into having a sacral center, if we think we have one and then we're amplifying this energy, we don't know when enough is enough. We don't know how to tune into our own nervous system, our own sensations, our own awareness within, because our aura is focused outward, because we're here to guide our environment. So our aura is focused and penetrative outwardly, so we lose ourselves in our environment. We amplify our sacral energy that isn't even ours, and it's being conditioned within us, and we're just really amplifying it up. And what happens? Projector burnout. Projector burnout is real. It can happen through autoimmune diseases. It can happen through allergies. It can happen through chronic fatigue. It can happen through fevers, viruses. So many things can happen to projectors. And it's interesting because I do a lot of health coaching, and I take people from struggling from their health to thriving in their health. And even if they don't know about human design, I'll run their chart, and more often than not, they'll be projectors. So it's just fascinating for me How many projectors really suffer from projector burnout? So we need to start to manage our energy. So if you're a projector, you're struggling with your health, you need to start managing your energy. There's physical energy, there's emotional energy, there's mental energy. These areas, where is your energy going? Because there'll probably be so many leaks, there'll be depletions, there'll be places in your life where you do not have boundaries, that it's best to have a boundary, whether it's in a relationship, friendships, social media, education, even researching things. Like, you just might be leaking energy out, and we need to reel that back in. I'm going to be going into a few ways how to have good energetic management, how to increase your physical vessel as a projector, knowing we don't have that sacral center, what glands can get affected and suppressed and lethargic, most likely as a projector. Now, if you're wanting to go deeper as well, I do have a projector 6-week training. The link will be below. And I'm also going to be launching an in-depth projector health training. So both are highly valuable, and there'll be a link below as well for that if you're interested. Now, the first way to begin to tap into your energetic management, to know where am I leaking, to know where is my nervous system at, because when we were growing up, we probably weren't fully supported in, oh, hey, Charlie, do you want to take some time? Do you need to check in with yourself? What are you feeling right now? Oh, wow, I totally accept what you're feeling. That's beautiful. You're feeling sad? Beautiful. Sadness is just a unique vibration showing up in the body that's just wanting some attention. It's wanting some expression in this moment. And if we accept that, it will move through. We probably didn't have parents, guardians, our education system, who knew how to support that in a really nurturing way for us projectors. So what happens is we get sucked into the doing world, which is the sacral world, which is the generator world. So we start living our not self in a really profound way that's very unhealthy to our physical, mental, and emotional body. So the best way that you can start to begin to tap into your truth is have alone time. Create time to yourself where you can retreat back into yourself. What works for me is going into my room, putting on an eye mask, maybe even putting earplugs in, just going into complete darkness, going into my breath and breathing deep into my spine. The spine is the center point of my being. It's like right in the middle. So I'm drawing all my energy back into my spine, into the most innermost core, physically, of where I am located in this physical reality. And when I do that in alone time, I can come back in. When I'm with others, when I'm with people, when I'm with whoever, my energy naturally wants to go out. So I need to reclaim it and bring it back in. And no one ever taught me to do that. So I highly suggest that you start to create alone time for yourself and start to draw your energy back into yourself so you can start to listen. Start to listen to your heart. Start to listen to your nervous system. Start to listen to your adrenal glands, which are connected to your sympathetic system, nervous system, your fight or flight response, pumping out adrenaline when we're in fear, when we live in this society where we can be under financial pressure, when we can be under relationship pressure, community pressure, we can feel isolated, we can have pressure from our careers and all these things. It can stimulate our adrenal glands and they can really burn out and get overworked. So that leads me into the next one is adrenal glands are really important for you as a projector. Now there's ways to test the adrenal glands. I would just assume that projector adrenal glands are naturally under-functioning most of the time. So some things to support the adrenal glands. There's a lot of mental and emotional things that can be done to do that, and we'll be going deeper into these trainings. We'll be going into that because creating that environment, that support system, also that internal support system is vital. But in terms of physically, what can you do to begin to enhance the function of your adrenal glands, which are most likely, if you're experiencing anything health-wise, go to the adrenal glands. They sit on top of the kidneys. The kidneys process and cleanse the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is what our 50 to 100 trillion cells in the body dump their waste into. Projector's lymphatic system are often slower moving than a generator. Generators have this sacral power, this energy that moves the digestion, that moves the lymphatic system, that cleanses the body in a more powerful way. Projectors, we're more sensitive. We need to take more extra special care with our lymphatic system, with our adrenal glands, with our thyroid. What supports the lymphatic system? Well, the blood, for example, has a heart to pump it around the body. Blood is only about 25% of the body's liquids. The lymphatic system is over 70% of the body's liquids. So we want to focus on the lymphatic system. This is where the toxins are being dumped. Most projectors' lymphatic systems will be backed up. One thing you can do is increase your lemon intake. When you put a lemon close to your mouth, you feel the saliva and the astringency coming out in the mouth. This is the lymphatic system. It pulls and is astringent. It like wrings out the cells. It moves the toxins into the lymph glands in the body, also between the groins, under the arms, here in the tonsils. And then it moves it ultimately out through the kidneys. The adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys. They help the kidneys function. The kidneys help the lymphatic system function, so it's a chain that we have to go back. Things that can help the adrenal glands is going to be some herbs like ashwagandha, like hoshu wu, which is a Chinese herb. Also having a really good quality magnesium, or having magnesium baths or Epsom salt baths or magnesium flake baths. Keeping magnesium levels high. When the adrenal glands are burnt out, your magnesium levels are burning hugely. And magnesium helps the body stay alkaline. It helps the body stay relaxed. But when we burn through our magnesium reservoirs, and most soil is magnesium depleted, so we're really coming at this from a depleted space. We need to increase our levels. Then in terms of the thyroid, projectors can be restricted around this throat because we're waiting for that invitation and recognition, but we don't know that that's how we actually draw in. When we become a magnet, we draw opportunities. So we'll most likely push ourselves out into the environment because we see it working for other people, and we're forcing ourselves out, and then we're just being rejected, or we're being suppressed, or people aren't listening. So we start to get quite clogged in this thyroid throat area. There's also profound ways to test the thyroid that we'll be going through in these trainings. But if you want to just simply start to increase the function of your thyroid, the thyroid mainly runs off iodine. It also runs off selenium, but mainly iodine. One of the greatest sources of iodine in the world is from the ocean. Where do you get that as well? In high doses from the ocean, it's going to be seaweed. The thyroid controls many functions in the body. It controls skin function. It controls the sweat function. It controls the metabolism within the body, how much fast you're digesting your food, breaking down the energy of the food. It also has the temperature in the body. It regulates the temperature in the body. So when we look at metabolism, for example, a country that has a lot of iodine is Japan. Japan has huge amounts of seaweed, Japanese people, in their diet. Thyroid is metabolism. If you go to Japan, if you look at, it's different if the Western culture is coming in more and more, but if you look at Asian people, if you look at Japanese people, they're often very skinny. They're often very fit, toned, youthful. This is hugely about the thyroid gland. This is hugely about seaweed, going back to iodine. So this is something that you can begin to add. Make sure it's a good quality, it's a good source of seaweed, because the oceans, unfortunately, are getting polluted. And this is just an external representation of our own pollution in our own minds. So we need to begin to cleanse that as well. There's a lot of work, a lot of deconditioning for us projectors to do if we're really going to survive and thrive in this world that isn't set up for us. Yet it ultimately is, because it's challenging, and from challenge we can grow. We can find out what doesn't work, so we work out what does work. And hopefully this video is one step in the direction of you supporting your health, supporting your well-being, supporting your vitality, so you can live in a really profound way, full of vitality. I remember when I was sick, I was tired, I was run down, I'd wake up and I'd be so heavy in my body. It felt horrible. I really struggled, and I was like, wow. But that was my sort of pressure to shoot me in a direction that's really in alignment with me. And you're seeing me show up in my projector nature, in my projector profile, sharing the wisdom, the gifts that have come through me over time, through many different ways, internally and externally, and hopefully supporting you on your journey into your health as a projector. That is the intention of this video. So if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll read all the comments, and I'll get back to you. Also, if you're wanting to join the projector training, the link is below. It's a profound training that will take you deeply into your projector essence. And then for those who are wanting specifically about health, I'm making a specific projector health training, which will be all-encompassing, and it will be very alchemical, and it will be very deep and transformational, and we'll be going deeply within and creating also masculine structures in the real world to support you and your health and vitality, so you can ultimately live the life that you're here to live, because health is the foundation of so much. And unfortunately for us projectors, we get hit a little bit more harder than the other types. So wishing you all the best on your journey, and bye for now.